Man, let's talk about AEW Double or Nothing 2026. Everybody's talking about this. Y'all already know I watched it from beginning to end. And we got to start off with the tag team match. That was the start of the night. The I Quit tag team match, the second time ever it happening. First time ever happening in a big program. I look, this match was crazy. FTR tried to find a way to win this match no matter what. Stoke came and got his big win. Ended up going through some fire because Beth Phoenix came through, and they ended up having a mishap putting them through the fire. Cope doing what he could do. Christian ended up having pliers and using it on Dax's nose. Then Wilder, he ended up having it on the airbag. He's jumping up and down the cinder block spot. This match was crazy. I loved everything about it. The right winner was there because I thought maybe FTR, but then continuing later on in the weeks, we got to see. I was thinking, Cope and Christian definitely gonna win this match. It was definitely that. And then remember that part on the announce table where Cope was. That move was insane. Hands down, one of the best matches of the night. Shout out to them on that one. We have this masterpiece right here. To me, this is my favorite match of the night. Okada versus Takeshita, a match that we've been waiting for a minute, a match that we've been waiting for almost a year, or maybe over a year. It depends on the Don Callis family, how everything's been going on up and down with the storyline, and then to have Kyle Fletcher come in there after the match and turn on Takeshita was beautiful. That means Proteshita is done, but the match was cooking. The match was everything that we've been waiting on. Okada showing the strength early on. Takeshita showing that he didn't have it for early on, and then later on in the match when it mattered the most, fourth quarter, it's 2-minute warning. It's game 7. Takeshita shows up and shows out, and Takeshita now defeats Okada to be the new international championship. Again, my favorite match of the night. I don't know how y'all can think it wasn't. Woo! Then we get to this match. This is the selling queen. We talking about Athena. Sold that knee though. Some of that match. Mina looking like a beast in this, man. And then again, Athena. Now it wasn't the smoothest match. It wasn't the best. It's really my last match of the night when it comes to ranking. But these two women put on a show. These two women showed up and showed out like that. Look at how Athena's looking right there. She's showing you right there. I am one of them, and I will be winning this tournament. Athena showed up and showed out. And again, Mina put on that work too. But it's all road to London for Miss Athena. Now that Willow's not a part of the tournament, it only makes a matter even better. All you got to do is watch Athena do what she does, and this is what's going to happen. Now we get to see more Athena as she does defeat Mina. Comebacks to go back and forth when it comes to AEW because these two men always find a way to cook. Now they had a match on Wednesday, but they finalized it on Sunday. How is these two warriors going to battle it out? Kyle O'Reilly has had Jon Moxley's number. It's out of 2 wins and a draw. And Moxley said it's game 7. Moxley said, when it matters the most, I'm going to win. When that title's on the line, I'm going to win. And he showed up and he made sure he said what he said and he made sure. Now, the problem I had with Kyle O'Reilly, he had that ankle lock and he was definitely applying pressure on the ankle. But Jon Moxley, the way that Jon Moxley was very cerebral, the way that Jon Moxley was technical in this match, attacking the leg and attacking the ankle and the shin of Kyle O'Reilly, because Kyle O'Reilly was using that every match, and Jon Moxley could not figure out how to slow this man down. He figured it out. Both of them had an ankle lock in at the same time. I feel like that was the biggest mistake Kyle O'Reilly could have did, was let go, and Jon Moxley kept applying to the ankle lock, and eventually what we end up seeing is Kyle O'Reilly tapping, and Jon Moxley stays undefeated for the year of 2026, which is crazy. And as you can see right here, this match started off with a bang. The music was still playing, and boom! Will Ospreay comes in with the fire, letting Joe know, hey, Joe, it's going to be a problem this match. You've been talking a lot of noise. I'm going to show you and show. I mean, man, this is one of the best matches of the night. I forgot where I ranked it at, but let me tell you something. Joe Ospreay is exactly what we've been asking for. Joe's showing you he still got it. No matter what age it is, doesn't matter how Joe's been doing. Joe keeps showing you over and over. I am the professional. Joe keeps showing you I do this in this ring, no matter who thinks it is, who no matter who how big they are, no matter how small they are, no matter how technical they are, no matter how fast they are. I am that guy. But Willow Osprey showing you, hey, the Death Riders, what they showed me, something special, something different, and he's definitely showing you different in the ring. He's showing you an assassin for sure, hitting him with multiple hidden blades, hitting him with some other stuff that Joe wasn't ready for, but he had to put that dog down. And Osprey will be moving on to the next round, and I think he will be heading to London as well. But this match was definitely good. I would love to see another match between these two. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Bandito and Swerve, I can watch this match over and over. These two gentlemen showed you what it's all about. That outside Hurricane Rod on the outside that Bandito gave Swerve. Swerve coming up there up top with a standing house call. Hit him with the double. Bro, that match was cooking. Hard hitting battle. You can see the swag of both of these two wrestlers. You can see they made sure they gave it their all. The 21 plex, the vertebrator at the end by Swerve. This match could be one of the best matches, depending on how people look at it. But it was just so many other great matches in this match. It's gonna probably look a little bit on the middle instead of being up top, bro. But this match definitely was one of them matches, and for it to be the first round for it to get to the Owen Cup makes it even better. I think it's gonna be Swerve and it's gonna be Osprey going against each other in the finals for Forbidden Door for that third match. But man, this was a great match. Shout out to Swerve and Bandito. Then the Toxic Spider herself. She always finds a way to win. That's all that matters. This reign has been very good. She's defeated. I get it. The women's division isn't the best, but hopefully it does get better. She has defeated all these women except Sheeta. But Sheeta coming in and her and Statlander having their issues, as you can see, it carried throughout the matches, told that story. Jamie Hayter being the powerhouse that she is with Tekla, finding a way to win. That's what Tekla does. Now we guys got to see who will be next to face Tekla, because Tekla has beaten them all now. And we just can't wait. Maybe she's going to wait to see who goes to meet her in London, but we still have other opportunities for other women to fight Tekla. But Tekla reign continues, and I'm loving it. Maybe the craziest match of the night. I mean, I didn't know what to expect. I've seen a Stadium Stampede, but this is probably one of the best Stadium Stampedes I've seen. The entertainment value, the energy was there. The crowd was into it. Everyone showing up and showing out the entrances early on. People in suits, some people in baseball uniforms. It was lovely. I love to see it. The carnage outside the ring, the carnage inside the ring, the carnage in the back. We've seen Jack Perry. Somebody said that actually was live. That was not taped. That was live. Jack Perry running through, trying to get to Mark Davis through that car. That was actually live. That happened. That was just insane to know that happened. The table spot, you know what the Young Bucks do. Everybody super kicking Andrade. By the way, Andrade does not deserve any of that. But the part right here with the food fight with the Invincible, I loved everything about this match. I hope we get this, and it's good to not see it all the time too, because it makes it special. It makes it, it gives the good energy, and the fact that it was the first time it was 7-on-7, it was perfect. I loved everything about this match. Stadium Stampede did what it's supposed to do, and Jericho gets his first win against Ricochet. He's been letting Ricochet, he's been putting Ricochet over. Now he finally gets his first win in his match. That what Ricochet said. It was perfect. Oh yeah, this match right here, Darby versus MJF, the match we've been waiting. The main event did not disappoint. MJF and Darby put on a show like I know they can. These two men showed up and showed out like some real ballers, like some real main event players for sure. Darby showing you, hey, it didn't matter. Throughout the whole time I've been defending this title, I've been showing you that my regimen, I've been showing you that my work ethic, I've been showing you that my game has been improving. And MJF has definitely been understanding that. MJF can say what he want to say. He can talk, he can say that, but he's been watching tape. You can tell by the match they was telling you. The whole time that Darby was defending that title, that's what he was doing. He was watching tape while Darby was watching tape on the others while he was fighting them. And guess what? MJF was watching tape on Darby Allin, because right when you thought that Darby was going to do what he's been doing, was he put that Scorpion Deathlock on him and then goes up top and hit the coffin drop. MJF put the knees up. This match was phenomenal. Darby Allin hurting himself like normal on the suicide dive. on the steps by MJF, jumping on top of the entrance and dropping down with the coffin drop. It was everything we needed, everything we wanted. This match was phenomenal. MJF hit him with a tombstone and then hit him with, I can't think of the move, but hit him with that move that they have been telling the story this whole time. It was Chef's kiss. This was a phenomenal match, and Double or Nothing did what it's supposed to do. It gave us that feeling as a wrestling fan, and I loved everything about it. And then we end the night off with some people having questions about it, some people excited about it, some people like, man, what is going to happen on Wednesday? That's what they're supposed to do to get you excited about Wednesday after this pay per view. What should we expect? And we get a swerve, not the swerve, but Kevin Knight. He ends up turning heel and shocking everyone. I thought maybe it was going to be Speedball, but he turns heel and hits the UFO on Darby Allin. And now we got to see what happens next on Wednesday. And what does Speedball have to say about this? And what does Kevin Knight have to say about this? It's going to make it very interesting. Everything on Double Nothing was perfect. I loved everything about this. Shout out to AEW for putting on another outstanding pay-per-view for the real wrestling fan.